different social media platforms and be aware of the consequences of every action that we take. Always remember that we're Christians all the time, even when online.
This is INCRadio DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
Happy Aloha Friday, everybody. Welcome to another episode of INCRadio Hawaii-Pacific. I am one of your hosts for this evening, Sister Janae. It is good to be back. I think it's been a while, Brother Josh.
I think so. How long has
Yeah.
it been?
I forget. It's been so long, I forgot already. But I'm not alone. Of course, I have my lovely co-host right next to me and our lovely guest. So lovely co-host.
Oh, yes.
Please introduce yourself. I mean, I'm pretty sure they know you already.
I don't know, but she said I'm lovely, so I'm lovely. I'm just kidding. I am Brother Josh Regala. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you. Welcome back again to INCRadio Hawaii-Pacific. Right now, time check, it is 10:03 p.m. So that means it is 3 minutes into 10 p.m., not a.m. It is dark right now. That's why we say good evening. But again, we're so glad to have you here on radio. A thing that we say on radio all the time, especially during the beginning, is we miss you. But we just want to say, totally not scripted. But every single week, we just want to say that we
Missed you.
missed you so much. It's been a whole week, isn't that right, Sister Janae?
Yes, Brother Josh.
Wow, a whole week not having on radio, but now we're here on radio. That's why we're so excited. That's why we have the smiles on our face. But you know what? You're right. It's not only me who's lovely. That's right. But there's also this lovely sister all the way to the far right. Very beautiful. Very pink. She's wearing pink. She had to look down to confirm. She goes, "Am I? What if I'm not?" But we're gonna have you introduce yourself. Could you please tell us your name, where you're from, maybe offices if you have any, and then a fun fact about yourself.
Good evening po, mga kapatid. My name is Sister Nori Galang po, and I'm from the locale of Waipahu. I'm a deaconess. I'm also a local secretary and CFO.
Yeah.
Fun fact about me, I told Brother Josh I don't know anything, but I love to plant. So I guess that's a fun fact about me. I have, vegetable plants at home.
Vegetable plants.
Yes.
I love vegetable plants.
I love vegetables.
Yes.
What kind of
vegetables do I plant? I have eggplant, okra,
Eggplant.
yes, sweet
Okra
potato, okra plant. What else? Tomato. That's all.
Tomato.
Yeah.
Do you make any fruits? Do you plant any
Fruit.
fruits?
No, I don't have.
I would know too.
Not yet.
Not yet.
There you go. but you say not only vegetable plants, but plants itself. What kind of plants do you have there?
Orchids.
Orchids.
Yeah, I have orchids.
Kids. I
Yes.
think it's orchids or
Orchids.
orchids. Plant kids.
I plant kids. I have 3.
Who's your?
You kind of look like my friend's mom.
Oh,
Like it's really weird.
I wonder.
You kind of look like my mom.
Oh,
Yeah. What was your last name again, sister?
galang po.
That's my name. I think we might be related. Where are you from?
From Waipahu.
Oh, my God. How have we not seen each other before? This is my mom. Everyone in the chat, please say hi, mom. Thank you.
Hello po.
She's saying
WPH.
Oh, hashtag. Do not forget
Hashtag.
to comment down your
I'm
hashtag.
That's
glad that you
right.
mentioned that. Yeah, put down your hashtag as you said. For our follow, it's WPH. For everyone else, it's also
And for
WPH.
Emma Beach, it's hashtag EWA.
Sister Chrismo already is putting hi, mom. So that's the first one. Everyone else, you can put hi, mom. But yeah, today we're talking about a very cool topic, isn't that right, Sister?
Yes, Brother Josh. Our topic is about also kind of related to last week's topic, management. But we're gonna learn how to manage time, delegation, and our responsibilities. So we'll have the sister right here helping us talk about her day to day, talking about what her responsibilities are in the career that she's currently in. So let's start.
Let's start. Let's begin.
Okay.
You know, there's questions over here, but I kind of want to ask this first question before because the question kind of gives it away. But could you tell us, please, sister, mom, how do you want to be addressed? Or, what do you do? What is your career?
So I'm a financial educator. So I have two responsibilities. I'm a campaigner we campaign financial education because, as we all know, it's something that we do not learn in school. There are some schools who do promote financial education, but it's not as much as we would like to learn. In fact, there was a study done back in 2015 by Champlain University from Colorado. And this study was, they wanted to see how each state prepare their high school students become financially literate after high school.
Financially
Literate, yes. And they found out, this is on all 50 states, including Washington, D.C. And they found out that only 5 out of these 50 states were graded A. Mostly everybody else were either D or F, unfortunately. And I don't know if you guys want to guess what we received in the state of Hawaii, but
I think I know.
you think you know?
You know, Sister Chrismo, wanna give a guess?
Do you want to guess, sister? Huh? But I think there was a good outcome of that study because since then, before there were only 5, right, who were promoting financial education. But since that study, I believe now there are at least 20 plus states who are now promoting financial education, including the state of Hawaii, but still not as, I guess, open to the public as we would want to, especially for us parents. I think it's very important that our children need to learn how to be financially responsible early on, right? So I want to point out that one of the states that had a grade of A plus, this is, can I mention a state name? This is the state of Utah. Yeah, and the reason for that is for every single high school student in Utah, they are required to take personal finance for 6 months or half a year, I should say. That is 6 months, right?
It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so they are required to take personal finance at least half a year. And before they graduate from high school, they do need to take an exam that is given by a third party, not the school itself. Yes. So I don't know what happens if they don't pass. Maybe they have to retake. I don't remember. But yeah, so I think it's a very important subject for for a lot of us, and that's why I love what I do, because I get to educate some people. So currently, this is on a national level. We provide free financial education to schools and universities, what do you call, businesses. Locally, I do provide financial education at some businesses here, some libraries. We also do at churches, just any place, doctors' offices, things like that. Because personal finance, I think, is very important because it's, we learn English or math in school, right? But how often do we really use those? And finance is something that's we use every single day,
Mhm.
right? So that's one of my responsibilities as a campaigner. And another responsibility is as a team leader for my team. So I do have a team that what do you call, I lead. And so depending on where they are in the business, so for example, if they are brand new in the business, that I would, help them to have that pleasant, I guess, experience, because most of the people that get into this business are, regular people like us, people who don't have, experience in the financial field or financial industry. Just like me, I did not go to school as a financial advisor. I'm actually, guys, I'm a registered nurse, but somehow, in the last 14 years, I was introduced to, building my own business, and so here I am today.
Wow, you said
Yeah.
a lot over
Oh.
there, a whole backstory. So breaking down, 14 years ago, you were introduced to an opportunity where you can own your own business.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Now you are a campaigner.
Mm-hmm.
She campaigns everywhere.
Yeah.
And she's campaigning right now. I mean, that's true. I think personal finance is really important.
Oh yeah, I wish I learned how to manage my finances.
What you're gonna learn
Being
today.
being away like from home, trying to like manage my own money right now. It's tough because I'm on my own and I want to buy everything.
Because it's your own money.
It's my own
And
money, I work and
you
it's
look at
like,
it and you're like, I have
oh yay.
all
I
the
want
food I could
this.
eat growing up. Yeah.
But then you realize how, like, because inflation's a problem too.
Mhm.
Everything's getting expensive.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
But knowing that you are a campaigner
Mhm.
and a team leader,
Mhm.
what does your day-to-day look like having those two jobs?
So in a way, I have two responsibilities, right? As a campaigner, I do call different places like churches or business places or libraries and stuff like that. So what I would do is I reach out to them, or organizations of some sort. I would reach out to them, introduce our campaign, our organization, and what our goal in why we are providing this free financial education. So that's my responsibility as a campaigner, because at the end of the day, you learn what you learn, but if you don't implement what you learn, then it's useless in a way, right? So that's my responsibility as a campaigner. And as a team leader, my responsibility would be, beginning of the day, I call on my leaders. So I also have leaders that I lead. I see, yeah.
Wow, she's like the top of the top.
No, I see myself as I'm part of the team. I'm not above anybody, and that's
I
what I
love that.
love. Yeah, that's what I love about this group, is that we don't see someone that has a higher title as someone that's above anyone. We see each other as campaigners, fellow campaigners. Whether you're a brand new campaigner or a senior campaigner, we're all campaigners, right? And so I would talk to my fellow leaders and see what they have going on for the day. And let's say if someone is having an issue with maybe a specific product, for example, and if something that I know, then I would help out. And, if they want to learn how to present, for example, that's also something that, I help them with. So like right now, I have one person that I have been helping with one-on-one, is because we now have several places where we provide these classes, and so I can't go to every single places, right? So my duty as a fellow team leader is to help them to grow themselves as instructors also from our workshops. We provide 7 different workshops that you know they can learn how to get out of debt, how do you buy life insurance, things like that, because there are many different kinds, right? Something I actually didn't know before I got introduced to this campaign. How do you invest properly so that you can gain but not but not lose a lot, things like that. We also teach social security, so maybe a couple of years ago, I think, I got my designation as RSSA. It stands for Registered Social Security Analyst, because we also have a lot of, seniors who probably don't understand how Social Security work. What is the best way for you to benefit from that income? Because after we retire, that's most retirees, that's their sole income, right? So it's best to know when is the best time for you to start, receiving your Social Security benefits. Yeah. We also teach about college planning, because when I went to school, I thought that all you have to do is fill out that financial aid form. And if the school said this is all that you're going to get, then that's it. But yeah, but through this financial education, we work with a nonprofit organization that if a student is accepted into the program, there's actually a coach that's assigned to that student.
One-on-one.
Yes, one-on-one. And the responsibility of that coach is to guide this student starting from freshman high school. So we start accepting from freshman high school, because the idea here is to help them go through high school and take the right classes. So that if, let's say, when they go to college, because there are some students, like smart students, right? They take, yeah, I know. They take, what is that called? The advanced placement, right?
Oh, yeah.
AP classes. Not all AP classes are accepted in college. Yeah, I learned that through this college planning program that we provide. Yeah. What else?
You have a lot.
I know.
Your business is, there's so many layers to it.
Like an onion.
I know, it's like an
Yes.
onion. There's so many layers.
I think I really love though the idea, because you are a team leader, right? And I love the idea that even if you're new, even if you're like you have high in seniority, we're all still the same, right?
Yeah.
Same level. We're all still campaigners, which
Sorry.
which I love that, because
Yeah.
it's
Great. That's so great. And you still take the time, even though that you have your own business 14 years in, and you have a lot of different people that you work with, different businesses themselves that you work with, but you still take that time to speak one-on-one with a brand new person, which is really nice, because you also want them to grow and have those, quoting you, pleasant experiences as well. And that's amazing. You do so much, and there's so many things to do in your business. I mean, I know you can go on and on and talk about it.
Probably
because I've experienced it too. But I want to hear from you, owning your own business, 14 years in. How do you manage your time? How are you able to manage your time in business and the other responsibilities that you may have?
I just want to say that I think owning a business gives you a lot of leeway in terms of organizing your time, especially that, having an office, a church. I want to be there whenever I'm needed, right? And so, what was the question again? how do I organize my time?
how do you manage your time?
How do I manage my time? Gosh.
You said Josh, that's what I meant. Thank you. But the question is, how do you organize your time? How do you manage your time?
So I like to write things down. I also like to have, I know my kids always tell me, Mom, your alarm is on, or your alarm is going off. That's because, there are times when I don't trust myself, my memory in a way, because not that I'm forgetful, but I'm afraid that I would forget certain things.
Right.
So I have alarm for things that I need to do, because it serves as a reminder. So just in case that, I get so, into whatever I'm doing at that certain time, when my alarm goes off, that I need to, deviate my time to whatever I'm supposed to do at that specific time. So I have a routine. I have a schedule. Okay, what am I supposed to do at this time, right? Or what am I supposed to do next, right? Because I think that's how you can, you can look at, are you being productive or not?
Like time blocking.
Yeah.
I heard
Time
that's really
blocking.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
so you don't block yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't block the camera.
Yeah, does that answer your
That
question?
answers my question a lot. And speaking from experiences, because this is my mom, she does do that a lot. From the moment that she wakes up, she has several alarms that tells her what she needs to do. Perhaps she has a conference, perhaps she has a meeting.
Yeah.
Even at home, if she has things to do, maybe she's cooking or she's washing dishes. She's like, I need to do the laundry. There's alarms for everything.
Has there ever come a time where an alarm goes off, but like you're so into your work, you don't want to do that other thing, or like do you just try to tell yourself that okay, I can stop right here, and you're okay with that, even if you're in the middle of doing something?
It all depends on what I'm supposed to do next.
Oh.
So if it's something that can wait a little bit, then I probably would continue what I'm currently doing at that time. But if it's something that I have to do, then I would have to just kind of end what I'm doing at that time. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to do that during finals week,
Mm.
and I couldn't stay true to my time blocks.
It
was hard. Yeah.
How do you stay focused on the task? Let's say you delegate a certain time. Like for example, you for studying for your finals. How do you stay focused in that time that you dedicated for it?
I tell everybody, don't bother me. I just
it's not her that's distracted. It's everyone.
no. Believe it or not, I have another alarm for that. So let's say if my yes. No, so I have so let's say because one of the things, when your body is getting, older also, I can't be sitting for a very long time, because if I didn't have an alarm that I need to stand up or I need to drink water, I probably would forget what I need to do. So I have like every 30 minutes I have an alarm, and it tells me I have to put a name on that alarm. Okay, what am I supposed to do at that time? So I remind myself, okay, I need to stand up, I need to walk around, and just kind of refresh yourself. That's how I focus on one specific thing that I need to do for that time.
That's nice.
Yeah.
There's something similar that I do besides the 30-minute thing, because I do get lost in that sometimes when I'm working on my computer.
Yeah.
The entire time.
Yeah.
And you know that. You both know that. There's a thing called the 20-20-20 rule. It's every 20 minutes you look at something 20 feet away and you stare at it for 20 seconds. It helps your eyes just ease attention on it. I do not know the science behind it, but it's something that they did it. Search it up and maybe it'll work for you too. But it helps my eyes a lot, because your eyes get strained a lot just staring at the screen that's right in front of you. So that's unfortunate. And yes, my mom does do that. She gets the alarm, and she said, "Have you ever thought about investing in a standing desk?"
Oh,
I have
do
been
that.
thinking about that. I
Oh,
have been
really?
thinking about that.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
I've seen that people, they get like a walking pad. It's like a treadmill, but it's just the
Treadmill,
bottom
but
part.
no like handlebars.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you just walk while you do work.
The thing with that, I have motion sickness.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
she has
So-
vertigo.
Yeah, I have vertigo, so I can't be doing something on my phone and be walking at the same time. That
Yeah,
would
I
just
can't.
trigger my. What I do though is that when I have a maybe some kind of meeting that I don't really need to have my video on, I just connect my phone to the TV and I go on my treadmill.
oh,
I
Or
do
she
that.
likes to march in place too.
get your steps in.
You
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
do somehow to
Yeah.
get the steps in.
Yeah.
I like all of the things that you're talking about, especially delegating the times for yourself.
Mhm.
I want to ask you,
Mhm.
as a business owner, as a team leader,
Mhm.
guiding other people, especially those that are new, how do you delegate those responsibilities to those people?
So depending on what is needed to be done. So for example, if I have a new team member, and let's say because we have we have a booklet, and we have a specific tasks to be done with a new person, right? So for example, one of them is maybe creating a sharing list. And so if I have another team leader that has that is available to help that new person, then I would delegate that. Or let's say somebody needs to get their licensing done and they just need maybe some guidance on how to study, things like that. Then I would have somebody else that can study with, do a study group, right, with those people, right? So it all depends on what is the task that need to be done. I would usually pair them with someone that can do the job, right? Does that make sense? Because not only that we can help that person, but we can also reinforce, I guess, the knowledge of the person that's teaching them.
Right.
Because we, there's a study that when you learn something new, it's not enough for you to just hear it. It gets reinforced in you by doing it and teaching another person.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've learned that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The hard way.
What do you say?
I've learned it the hard way.
Oh, the hard way. I think you said. Yeah. Oh, very cool.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
what I would do. Yeah.
So that's how you split up everything, your responsibilities. Because again, you have so many different places that you would go to,
Mhm.
right? And obviously we can't split ourselves up.
Yeah.
Wow.
You
very
can
cool.
clone yourself.
I guess you can say that's like one of the obstacles that you face. That when as your business continues to progress, there's times where you can't get to all of it.
Yeah.
Which is disheartening, but it's just the truth.
Yeah.
Which is why it's very helpful to have other people
Yeah.
that can help you.
Yeah.
Which actually brings us to our next question, believe it or not. Sister Janae, what is that question?
Wait, which one? This one?
It's this one that's right over here.
This one?
Yeah, the letter B. The letter B.
Oh. Since Brother Josh did bring up obstacles.
No, she brought it up. She brought it up.
Oh, yes. What, as a business owner, what are some obstacles that you may face?
I want to say that some of them I don't really see it as bad ones. For example, like what you said, there are a lot to do, maybe not enough time, things like that. I want to see it as a good problem.
Yeah.
Right? Because when your team is growing, there are a lot of things to do, but you know what? Your team is growing, your business is growing. So that's a good problem. That's how I see it. But of course, some of the obstacles that is very obvious is that this is a people business. And so not everybody can get along with everybody, or we all have different personality, right? So it's up to me as the team leader to understand and just tolerate, because coming from an employee mindset, it's different to expect them to have that entrepreneurial mindset right away. So I would be it actually has taught me, this business has taught me to be more patient. Yeah, it has taught me to be more humble. Right? Because because as the business grows, I benefit as well. I do a lot of work for the team, but I also benefit. My family benefits. So it's just right for me to, tolerate whatever I can tolerate, and just control what I can control. And I can only control myself. Right?
Oh, that's
really good.
This is big.
That's another takeaway from this
Pickle?
takeaway.
Oh, takeaway. It's like, that's a very good mindset that you have there, where you focus more on the things that you can control. Because the things that are out of control, while they may make you feel a certain way, it's just that those are things that are out of your control.
Yeah, we can't really do anything about
You
it.
can't really do anything about it, right?
So you look at problems as good problems. So when those problems arise, how can you optimize your time? Because you try to only control the things that you can control. How do you make sure that you're optimizing your time as a business owner?
Like what I mentioned earlier, I do have a routine that that I follow so that I don't deviate from what I'm supposed to do. And I guess there's a lot of different ways that you can optimize your time. Delegating is a way for you to optimize your time. Or I have a part-time assistant that helps me, so that's also optimizing my time, because instead of me, let's say, calling or scheduling or rescheduling an appointment, I can have my assistant do that for me, right? what else can I do? And I just pray and ask God to help me.
Yeah.
I
love
think
that.
that's yeah. I do, whenever I do like a say a specific task, especially if I have to meet a business owner, if I have to meet, a business place for the first time, for example, that's the first thing that I do is I just ask God to help me and guide me. And if it is for me, He'll give it to me.
Mm.
Right. So I think that's a way of optimizing.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Yeah, just trying to manage your time better using those strategies, I guess you can say is the word, those strategies that you have, the time blocking. Having an assistant definitely helps, people that
Yeah.
are there to help you share the load with you, especially having such an in-depth business.
Mhm.
And prayer, most important thing. Uh, First thing that we should do, and the last thing that we should do. Right? So I really like that. There's something that you mentioned again that I want to touch up upon. Speaking about the things that are out of your control, that is a quality and a mindset that comes with experience, and it is wisdom that is gained through years of learning. And I wanted to ask you, with all of the things that you have done in the business, for however how long you have done it in your career, what are the things that you've learned about yourself owning this business?
I've learned that I can't control everybody. I can't change anybody. I've learned to be patient with people because just like what I mentioned earlier, when the team grows, my business grows, my family benefits, right? So I learned that, in life, you just have to let go what you need to let go and move on because there's no sense in harboring any ill feeling or anything like that if because there's a saying that some people want it their way or highway. Have you heard of that before?
My way or the highway.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I'm not like that. I have a very soft heart for my team.
Oh.
And there are times that they probably overpower me more than they're supposed to, but I think it's very important because it is a people business. It's very important for you to give way, understand them more, and just be disciplined and explain to them that because we do follow a certain system, right? It's not my own systems. And for some new people, they might feel like, oh, this is how we're supposed to do versus what the system that has been in place, that has been working, because that's how they see it. However, as a team leader, as a person that have had this, years of experience, then I just let them explain what they think is good, right? And once they're done, then I would, explain to them, okay, you know what, this is how we do it because this is the reason why, right? But there's no sense in reasoning out sometimes because you might just end up with argument, and I'm not good with argument. So, like I said, control what you can control, and just be humble and give way because because there's no sense in changing something right then and there. People learn at their own time, right? You can't
It's not
force
instantaneous.
yes, you can't force someone to learn something very specific
Yeah.
right away. It
Yeah,
takes
it
time.
doesn't happen
Yeah.
overnight.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It takes us however long it needs for them to take.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the correct sentence structure. I like that. Especially in terms of communicating. If someone feels like they have differing views, you don't just no, no, you're wrong. You hear them out. You listen to them.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think?
Yeah.
This is what I think.
Mhm.
And then you're like, this is what I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's very good. So
Yeah.
you've learned how to communicate better, especially
Yes, there you go. That's
you
the right
you
word.
are a shy person by nature, is that correct?
I was.
Oh,
Was.
wow. She
We
outgrew.
love growth.
How
We
did
love
you-
growth. There you go. I love that.
How did you
I
outgrow that?
okay, so I guess here's I just remembered it. Maybe a fun fact more
Ooh,
about me
okay.
is that
Back to the beginning.
I went to nursing school thinking that I would only have that one person to talk to. because being shy, I didn't think that I could work in an environment where there's a lot of people. So that was my mentality when I went to nursing school. But of course, that's not true at all, because when I went to my clinicals, oh my goodness, there's a whole clan.
Yeah.
There's a whole family, the whole
Yeah.
clan, or medical team, right?
Mhm.
But it wasn't, I don't want to go back and
Mhm.
start something new again.
Right.
So how did I outgrow my shyness is, in 2011, my mom got sick, and I really wanted to be able to be there for her. And so, when this opportunity came along, although I was very shy and I didn't think that I'm the right person to be in this kind of industry, I really forced myself to learn, that I was willing to really go through the pain, endure whatever I had to endure just to learn. And so that's why I'm very grateful to the person that built me in the business. So if there's any other maybe opportunity that might come my way where I might possibly earn more, I wouldn't move just for the purpose of that, because I have a lot of I have a lot of respect to that person that built me, trained me, and continue to be very what I call very patient with me, right? So I had to go through, guys, before I didn't know how to go and look for people to educate or to train or to recruit, right? And so we have like specific steps on what to do so that we can learn how to recruit, we can learn how to talk to people. So we have, I had to go through that just because I really wanted to grow outside of my bubble.
Mm.
And I still am a shy person. That's my personality. But when it comes to, if you ask me today, even impromptu, if you ask me, oh, there's somebody here that would like to learn about financial education, because I've had this many years of experience. Like I told somebody today, I can probably present in my sleep because I've had this many years of experience. So I think as long as you are willing to learn what you're supposed to do to be that, specific business owner that you want to be, there is no you are willing to outgrow outside you're willing to grow outside of that bubble that you're in.
Yes, I love
Yeah,
that because
yeah.
I feel like if you're just staying in your comfort zone the
Mhm.
entire time,
There's no
You
growth
just-
in comfort zone.
yeah,
Mm.
Yeah.
you can't. Ooh, there's no growth in
There's no-
comfort zone.
There's no growth in comfort
We
zone.
love growth.
Hey, we love growth.
We
Yeah.
love growth. But
Yeah.
seeing how much you respect your leader, the
Mhm.
person who has helped you become the person you are today, 14 years,
Mhm.
You can do it in your sleep,
Mhm.
present to someone. What, being a team leader yourself,
Mhm.
how would you want your team to look at you as the owner of your business, from your employees? How would you want them to see you as a leader?
Definitely, I don't want them to think that I'm the boss, because I'm not. We're all at, like I said at the very beginning, we are all at the same level. So I want them to see me as their friend,
Mhm.
and I want them to see me as their fellow campaigner, and not someone that's above them. That's how I see it. I do value reputation, I do value my name, and that's all I want, is to be respected as me as a person, and not as someone higher than them. Yeah, so we're all the same.
I like that.
I like
Yeah.
that because I feel like when people tend to put their bosses on a pedestal,
Mhm.
it feels hard to approach them.
Yes, there you go.
Oh,
So
it's like they're out of your.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
like I'm,
Mhm.
less
Yeah.
than.
It's like why I
Yeah.
can never.
Yeah.
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 There are actually new people in my team sometimes when they meet me for the first time. And if one of my team members introduces me as, oh, this is Nori, and you can see that there seems to be that guard or what do you call that separates them from me.
Like a boundary.
Yeah, so I always tell
Okay.
them, it's just me. I'm just Ate Nori, and if you need anything, call me. And I give them my phone number.
I love that.
Yeah,
Because it builds that relationship
Yeah.
with the new
that's
leaders.
very
Yeah.
important. Yeah,
You
Yeah.
break down that
break down the
preconception
wall. Yeah,
right
yeah.
away.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, this is our boss. No, I'm not.
I'm your
Ate.
friend.
Yeah.
Ate.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
very good. That's very good.
Mhm.
I know there's a quote from someone that um they're talking about leadership. Say
Mhm.
you can either rule out of fear, you can rule out of love. It both gets the same
Results.
solution, right? You
Mhm.
get the same thing.
The same result. Mhm.
Why don't you just lead out of love
Yeah,
instead of fear?
I
yeah,
love that.
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, it's true.
Very good, very good.
Mhm.
And we want to ask you this last question now
Mhm.
before we continue on with our other segments of our show. Because
Mhm.
we're actually nearing the end of the show.
Wow.
But we want to ask you, Sister Mom, 14 years
Mhm.
go, and this is something that you're going to be doing for the foreseeable future.
Mhm.
What continues to motivate you to work hard and to stay self-motivated?
Mhm. I feel that other people deserve what I have. What I mean by that is if no one thought of me before, I would never have the life that I have today. Because I was working so hard as a nurse, nighttime, right? And although, you can make great income as a nurse, I used to get stressed out a lot. I used to get sick a lot, and I didn't control my time. And so I talk to people about this campaign because I believe that we all deserve to live our best life. And I do, with all my heart, I do believe that every single person deserves to be financially educated. And that's what motivates me to go out and continue to campaign because someone has given me this opportunity to have what I have today. And so I have no right to keep this from anybody.
Mm.
That's how I see it. So that alone motivates me to continue moving forward because not everybody will stay, as part of your team, right? But that's okay because we all have our own. We can make our own decision. If you feel that you want to move on to something else, that's fine too, right? But um, it doesn't take away my passion. I'm very passionate of sharing what I learned, sharing what I know, because what I've learned has helped our family so much, and so that's why I believe that everybody should have what I have in terms of the education or maybe even the income, right?
So you feel like this thing that you've gained,
Mm-hmm.
it's an opportunity that you want to share with it.
Absolutely,
This the knowledge,
yeah.
especially in regards to personal finance.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that you also want other people to learn
Mm-hmm.
about.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, you're so adamant in campaigning
Yeah.
that people get educated about these
Of
things.
course. I remember my grandma used to tell me that education is something that no one can ever take away from you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
So,
true.
yeah. And so if you are financially educated and you apply what you learn, it's something that not only you can learn, but you can teach your next generation. Yeah.
There
Yeah.
you go. Wonderful answers. Thank you
Mhm.
again, Sister Mom, for being here
Mhm.
on reminder, this is my mother. Thank you again for being on the show today, talking about your story, talking about what you do, and what motivates you, especially. As we move on our show, before we close our show, before we ask for your shout outs, we just want to let you know about some of the upcoming activities that will be going on in this upcoming month of February. Sister Janae, could you please read the first one and I'll read the second?
Okay. So our first upcoming activity for the month of February is
Yes.
February 16.
Yes.
We have our scan special gathering.
And then for February 17th, that is the day right after, there is going to be the scan meet and greet, as they call it. So if you are scan, even if you're not scan, maybe you're interested, go ahead and ask your resident minister or your fellow scan officers, and they'll be glad to let you know about the details regarding those activities. And before we close out our show tonight, again, we want to thank you, Sister in the Pink, for joining us here. I cannot say her first name. It scares me. But, we want to ask you, do you have any shout outs that you'd like to give? Perhaps to someone in blue? It's like that.
Well, hello to the brethren of the locale of Waipahu, especially to our resident minister, Brother King, and his family, of course, our and all the ministers, our what do you call that? Our brother Jem and his family
Yeah,
also.
there you go.
So, and to my mom, I told my mom that I was called to the district because they wanted to talk to me. I didn't tell her that I'm actually your guest today.
Surprise!
It's gonna be so
Surprise,
exciting.
Mama.
I saw her comment down too.
Oh,
I
she
think,
did.
yeah. I think she I know she definitely put WPH because that's the hashtag. But I want to see what else she put. We'll
Yeah.
ask her later on.
Yeah. So hello, Mama.
There you go. Sister Janae, do you have any shout-outs?
Shout out to the local congregation of Eva Beach. Shout out to Carl McDaniel, Kadante, Katim, Kadan. Shout out to the local congregation of Wailuku, Karayan, and Atisije.
Shout out just to everyone. To the panel, my mother, my sister, me, Sister Grismo, for being there behind the scenes and being our floor director for tonight. Yeah, but we want to give our special thanks as well to these very special people who allow us to have programs like these so we can discuss about various topics for you as a business owner, right? For us here, we want to say special thank you to our executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Also, a special thanks to our CFO coordinator and CEBSI president, Brother Angelo Eranio Manalo. I want to say special thanks to our district supervising minister, as she mentioned, Brother Jem H. Baitan, our assistant district minister, Brother Ador Apostol, and our CFO overseer, Brother Brandon Pacheco. But of course, thank you to all of the ministers, ministerial workers, and their families for always helping us, supporting us here on INCRadio Hawaii-Pacific. But that is all for us here tonight on INCRadio Hawaii-Pacific. We shall see you again next week on another episode. We miss you already. Goodbye and aloha. Bye, 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 bye. Happy birthday, Brother Russell, by the way.
Oh,
It's his birthday. Happy birthday. You're the one to do.
Happy birthday!
It's my birthday too, right? Bye, everyone.
almost.